squad, the quality, the players, the experience. They've just come back from winning the Club World Cup. You might hit me over the head for this, but I don't think that form does go out the window with this tie.
Oh, I didn't write those words.
Oh.
Which ones?
Okay, tell me, you do think form is important here?
Well, Fulham have only beaten, they've only won 3 of their last 36 Premier League games with Chelsea.
Yeah.
So when you think about the quality that Chelsea have, the lack of investment in the Fulham team, I know you want to talk about that a bit later. I think as far as Chelsea are concerned, they are a team that will go into this with a lot of confidence. I think there's summer spending's been terrific. João Pedro looks like an absolutely fantastic buy. We saw it in the Club World Cup. We'll see it in the Premier League. I think they go into this match with a lot of confidence.
Mr. Statsman is back. Yeah! Let's talk about Chelsea. Concerns in the opening game that they had not scored any goals, and then they swept that aside against West Ham. How impressed were you with Estêvão? Because Cole Palmer was injured in the warm-up. He wasn't meant to start, and then he did.
But Jules, that's the thing. When you're a player and you go to a team and you might not get a chance for a little while, but it sounds bad to say, but when players get little injuries and stuff like that, that's almost your chance to go and grab and go with it, and that's what he did. And he's such a joy to watch. He has bums off the sofa, and when you're in a stand, he has bums off their seat. And for me, that is a type of winger you want to see. You want to see wingers going at people, making things happen, forcing errors, getting like crosses in the box.
Like you did.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but thanks.
It's been teeing you up for the last 2 minutes. With it.
Yeah, no, I feel like that is wing play. You have to be entertaining. And before, obviously, he came, I feel like Neto was the only one doing that. He was a shining star in that Club World Cup team. Neto got them to where they needed to get over that line, in my opinion. And he's come back and he's still doing his thing. And now to balance out with Estêvão as well.
Yeah.
And you got João Pedro, like Darren said, who's been an unbelievable player.
But Darren, that's also telling us how far Chelsea have moved on. You talked about those signings. Last season, if we said Cole Palmer, or even the season before, Cole Palmer's out injured, he's definitely going to miss this game. Chelsea fans have been panicking now. Their options.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely right. He carried him on his back last season. The season before last, and then last season, people started saying, what's happened to Cole Palmer? But it just wasn't sustainable for him to do that again. So what they've done is they've gone out and got them some help. I left myself as a hostage to fortune at the start of the West Ham game, or just before the start, because I tweeted, and you should never ever tweet what you think is going to happen in a match, because you're hostage to fortune. But I basically said, I think that Estêvão will render the loss of Cole Palmer a bit of a memory, because he's such a good talent, and then he went on and did what we just saw in that VT just now. He's going to be a fabulous player. What's quite interesting, and I know you might have a view on this, when you have a good game like that, you've got to keep playing, haven't you? You can't go back on the bench suddenly and have your confidence stunted, can you?
No, that is it, just as a player, and I don't even think it's just in wingers. I think it's just in any player all over the pitch. When you come on and you do well and you get that carrot, they're meant to keep giving you that carrot to keep you performing. Like it does kill your confidence and it does kill your rhythm, but I don't think they'll do that with him. The problem you've got is Chelsea just keep signing wingers, don't they? So I don't know where they're all going to play, and they're not signing like backup wingers. They're signing wingers that are coming there to start. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go. But I think that bigger issue is more the centre-back and goalkeeper, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about those issues very quickly. Sorry, Darren. Very quickly, Chelsea's defensive worries. I mean, you know, they had to start Acheampong in their opening game because they just have so many injuries.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be, we're talking about protection for the back four. I think the emphasis on the likes of Enzo and Caicedo is just going to be so huge, because they have so few options in defence. And when you factor in the goalkeeper, who is prone to the odd lapse in concentration, that's what's going to give Fulham heart going into this game.
Yeah, Fulham will be positive going. They know they're going to get chances. It's just whether they take them, but they can't go gun-ho, because we've seen what Chelsea attack can do, and I think that's what gives Chelsea the firepower and the belief to say, like, we're going to be battling for top four, because that's what I think they're battling for, including them in the Champions League and all the rest of it as well. Yeah. It's a bit too much to say the title as well right now. So I would say, like, top four for me, they're battling with right now.
Just very quickly, how important was that goal for Emile Smith-Rowe against Manchester United?
It's massive, always important to score goals, especially if you haven't scored any, or especially if you're getting a bit of stick from fans and things like that. And to score at the time that he did when it was needed, is massively important. And it's hard to score goals, so you got to give credit where credit is due. And I think for me, he's a great player. Like, he just dips in and out because either injury or he's just dip off form. But that's not an easy finish. Like, the way he's taken that, just a little toe poke. He hasn't put too much on it, just enough to guide it in. And the run that he makes across the front post is an excellent run. So you can see he has all the attributes there. And he's another man that just needs to play like a lot of games, just back to back to back, to just get used to everything.
Yeah, so that is a fascinating encounter, a West London derby for Chelsea and for Fulham as well. I've teed it up a little bit there with Manchester United. That's who Emile Smith Rowe.
To the Liverpool group, every match unmissable, sheer quality. When you look around the groups, you have to say the redoing of the format has really worked. It was entertaining last season. It will be entertaining this time around. Liverpool have beefed up, so they're ready for what will be a tough group, but so too have the other teams in there, the other big guns in there as well.
Yeah, there are some returns. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, for example, in his very first season with Real Madrid, going back to face Liverpool. And, of course, Kevin De Bruyne with Napoli against Man City and Chelsea.
It's kind of like always the way it kind of turns out, isn't it? Because I think Sane comes back to City as well, because I think Galatasaray.
Yeah.
So it's strange the way it works. But for me, I think I looked at it again today and I was of the same opinion as Darren before in terms of like Liverpool's group. Like, wow, it's got a tough run. But then when I looked at Newcastle's group, with the squad that they have with not as much depth as Liverpool, I was like, could be a serious problem. They got some massive games there.
You know, you said about Kevin De Bruyne at Chelsea, Manchester City. When you're an ex-player and you see those fixtures, do you get as excited as we do? Yeah, you do. I think even for me, in many ways, when I know it isn't the Champions League, but when I left Man City to play for Chelsea and we was playing Man City, I was looking forward to going back. Yeah. And you always hope that you're going to score. You always hope you're going to do well. And I think that will be his thought process as well. He will go there and try to win a game, and if not, try and score a couple. It's funny, isn't it? Because at Chelsea, they let him go prematurely. At City, they let him go prematurely. He still felt he had something to offer. Yeah. So it will be quite a spectacle.
I really love the scenes of Karat Almaty sitting and seeing them, drawn against Real Madrid and all celebrating. Guys, this is what the Champions League's about. Spurs are back in the Champions League as well. I think the rematch with PSG is the huge news there after the Super Cup and what happened. Speaking of Spurs, big news for them, having just signed Xavi Simons.
Good player. You were telling me all about him.
Yes, he's a very, very good player. And strange enough, my nephew, my brother's son, I used to see him on YouTube all the time. I was like, who's this? Why does he keep watching this kid with like fuzzy hair? And he would say to me, Uncle, that's Xavi Simons. He's unbelievable player. And this was when he was 4 or 5 years old. And then now to see him come through and achieve everything that my 4-year-old highlighted, it's brilliant. And I know he's a fantastic player. He works hard. And I think it's a wicked signing for Spurs.
He was into double figures for goals and assists last season. He's a Dutch international. He's in his early 20s. He's a really, really good attacking midfielder. And what he's going to do for Spurs is increase those options. Obviously, James Maddison injured for the next 7 months. But Spurs are really, as we would say, moving a little bit mad in the transfer window because they're looking at Ademola Lookman as well at Atalanta. And if they were to pull that off, then Thomas Frank, given the quality in that Champions League squad, really will have some fabulous attacking options to be able to call on. If you throw in Kudus, who's there already, Richarlison, who's just been called up for the World Brazil squad, they're in good shape.
Don't forget there's also AFCON to come, so, they need some reinforcements with Kudus perhaps going away on duty December 18 to Jan 18. Also, that nephew that predicted the Simons, can he give us lotto numbers?
I didn't think about that.
Come on,
I'm going to have to ask my nephew now,
I better raise my game. He might be here next week instead of me.
With predictions. Oh, come on, you're on the spot now. Okay, let's look ahead to this weekend, and we kick things off with the game of the weekend.